Thank you for joining us again on this edition of Capital Market, brought to you live from the studios of Channels Television. I'm Temple Ashaju. This week was historic for the entire Channels Media Group as the team was honored to commemorate its 21st anniversary on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and as part of activities lined up for a week-long celebration of the anniversary by the chairman of the Nigerian John Momoh on Wednesday. The group closed the market, a move that appears to have brought some luck to the NSE as the sounding of the gong seemingly bucked negative sentiment. Channels Media Group also had the opportunity to meet with the management of the NSE, that's the exchange, as well as and the role of the media in the market took the center stage, just as questions around the listings of the 10-time award-winning television station of the year was brought to the fore. On the program this evening, we'll bring you highlights of that meeting on the floor, and especially how that question on listing was addressed by the chairman of news leader television station in Africa. Meanwhile, remember the share certificate dematerialization exercise in the capital market? It appears the master plan of the Securities and Exchange Commission has yielded some results in this regard. The dematerialization exercise will also be given some attention this evening on the program, as we'll be joined by the General Manager of Information Technology Operations at Capital Market Depository, Mr. Joe McKelliwer. Well, let's start off now with some news making the rounds in the market. And one of the first stories we'll be taking a look at is the story that came in from IFC and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, this International Finance Corporation and Nigeria Securities and Exchange Commission are working together to strengthen market integrity with a standardized corporate governance scorecard for public companies. The scorecard will identify strong performers through enhanced disclosure and, of course, help in the building of market confidence. The Director General of the SEC, Mr. Munir Gwazo, says a key focus of the Commission is to provide regulatory oversight to ensure public companies comply with best practices in corporate governance and boost their performance. IFC's Africa Corporate Governance Program is funded by the State Secretariat for Economic Affairs of Switzerland. And the Nigerian Stock Exchange has placed the full suspension on trading in the Securities of Resource Savings and Loans PLC effective Tuesday, December the 6th this month. Now, this is in compliance with the provisions of the Section 35 of the Investment and Securities Act 2007, and in order to give effect to the directive by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the suspension will remain in force until further directives from the Securities and Exchange Commission is given. Now, the African Development Bank has appointed MCB Investment Management, a subsidiary of MCB Capital Markets, as fund manager for its first multi-jurisdictional fixed income exchange traded fund in Africa. The board of directors of the bank also approved a seed equity capital investment of $25 million for the AFDB. A primary objective of the African Domestic Bond ETF is to encourage bond issuance in local currencies by facilitating access to local fixed income markets for investors. The AFDB says the ETF will be invested in both government and corporate bonds and will initially be listed on the Stock Exchange of Mauritius. Now let's return to our main story for the evening. Nigeria's leading broadcaster and 10 times winner of the best TV station of the year, Channels Television, closed trading at the Nigerian Stock Exchange on Wednesday, December the 7th. Channels Television, which pioneered the daily reportage of the domestic stock market and the entire financial market in 1996, was well received on the trading floor. After sounding the closing gong, chairman of the media group, Mr. John Momoh, explains the significance of the relationship with the NSE.
Right on time.
It's the first time on this stage not the first time on the floor. I've actually been here 20 years ago. No, in 1996. 20 years ago. And so it's more like deja vu for me. The interesting thing now is that it's all changed. And I can see how you guys are looking more handsome and younger. It's nice to see you on the screen, but it's nice to see you even live. So thank you very much for having us. Channels Television has come a long way, 21 years and counting. And within those 21 years, we have laurels and a lot to show for it, and we're very thankful. And we cannot emphasize more the kind of partnership that we have with the stock exchange. And this will continue to grow and grow over the years. And I can just assure you that we'll work with you closely and to make sure that the economy that we all would like to contribute to, becomes very vibrant and even better in the years ahead. So thank you very much indeed.
Still on the closing gong ceremony of Channels Media Group at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. In a meeting with the management of the exchange, the chairman, Mr. John Momoh, reeled out credits to some contributors of this relationship which date back to 1996. He mentioned some names that will help you recall your investments, the way they started in the market. While doing that, he also explains how his television station will continue to further that kind of partnership that we have in terms of reportage of the market going forward.
Initial meeting nearly 20 years ago came as Channels began pioneering the daily reporting and analysis of the trading activities of the stock market, the listed companies and the entire capital market community. So thanks always will go to Apostle Hefo Dalile, Dr. Ndi Greco UK, and the NSA management at that time, and of course now. So I have here on my script that I stand here today, but I'm sitting here today to say a big thank you to the entire capital market community for 21 years of support to Channels Television, not just as Nigeria's news leader, but as Nigeria's business and financial markets news leader. For the past 2 decades have been proof that the media is critical to the development and growth of emerging markets such as ours and the economy as a whole. For the past 20 years, I must say, Channels TV has been part, and very proudly so, part of the market transformation, reporting and analysis of the boom and bust and the great future that lies ahead of this great exchange. Under the present management team, I would say the future is very bright. I hasten to recognize the stellar quality of the leadership of Oscar Yema and the present management. We believe that capital market represents a time-tested platform for capital formation, enterprise development, and wealth creation. And I know that you guys are poised to make sure that this comes about. Over the years, I've been inundated with the question of when will Channels Television be listed? Let me state here that Channels Television believes in this market. We have faith in free markets and the economy. We believe in a globally acclaimed platform for companies to transform, to spread its wealth, to get better management and expand ownership, bring in more and better ideas to the table, and even allow you stockbrokers make more money. So we look forward to the opportunities that this market will provide Channels TV and indeed the entire Channels Media Group. And I end by saying thank you, and thank you again for accepting our appreciation for this opportunity. And as 2016 draws to a close, on behalf of the management team of the Media Group and Channels Television, I wish you and your management team and the entire stock exchange a wonderful Christmas and a prosperous 2017. Thank you very much indeed.